Hi guys, I'm Leela from Uku-Lela Therapy, and today we're going to talk about you, because everyone loves talking about themselves. We're going to talk about who you are, who you want to be, and how to become the person that you want to be. And that's what self-awareness is kind of all about. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to download the worksheet that I made to go along with this video, and the link is in my description. It'll just make things a lot easier and more organized and more concrete for you. Okay, knowing yourself. I believe that knowing yourself is so important. Erik Erikson says, the more you know yourself, the more patience you have for what you see in others. I truly believe the more that you know yourself, the more that you will be able to understand and help other people. So no, it's not selfish to explore your personality and your likes and dislikes, and it's not selfish to do things that you enjoy, because doing things you enjoy is a great way of getting to know yourself. And so is doing things that you don't enjoy, or doing things you think you won't enjoy, or doing things that scare you. I think putting yourself out there and taking risks is a great way of getting to know yourself. Your most difficult experiences probably led you to the biggest revelations about yourself. So let's get to the actual music part of this video. I'm going to play a few musical selections that are all very different from each other, and I want you to think about what song sounds the most like your personality and why. So this is where the worksheet I made comes in. So I made different spaces for you to brainstorm for each song why the song might sound like you or why it doesn't sound like you. So what do I mean by a song sounding like you? Maybe a song sounds like you, but you can't explain why. You just say, this song sounds like my soul. Sometimes that happens. I made a whole playlist of songs like that on Spotify, and you should do too, because it's fun. But I want you to try to explain why. And how do you do that? So think about some things that might describe the song that also describe you. For example, maybe the song is chaotic and unpredictable. Maybe it's contemplative and mysterious. Maybe you want to be really literal and say, this song is quiet like me, or this song is loud like me. Or maybe you want to be really abstract and say, this song has mysterious sounding, random, unpredictable chords, kind of like my thoughts and feelings. It doesn't really matter how you do it. Those are just some examples. So think about these things as you listen. So as you were listening to these songs, you probably thought about some personality traits that you like about yourself and some personality traits that you don't like about yourself. Something that self-awareness and self-exploration can do is help us to realize those things that we don't like about ourselves so we can change them. Some people might want to push these things away and not admit that they are a selfish person or a jealous person. They find them hard to face, but in order to change them, you first need to acknowledge and accept those things about yourself. This leads us to neuroplasticity. So you might not like some things about yourself, but guess what? There has been research showing that we can change our brains. This is called neuroplasticity. You can actually change parts of your personality. This is important because there have been studies showing that people who feel like they have a sense of control, either of things happening around them or things happening within them, are less prone to stress and worry and depression than people who feel like they have no control. And I'm here to tell you that you have control. Obviously, there are things in your life that you can't control, but you can control how you react to them. Here's your assignment. So now that you've thought a little bit about your personality and who you are, on the worksheet I have a list of some positive personality traits. I want you to pick 3 things that you feel like you are and 2 things that you want to become more of, either from the list or from your brain. For each of the 2 traits that you want to become more of, I want you to think of 1 step that you can take this week to get closer to being that person that you want to be. So for example, if I say I want to be a friendlier person, my 1 step this week could be to compliment a random stranger. If you're really ambitious, you can come up with a goal every week for yourself, and eventually your brain will neuroplasticize. I think I just made that word up. And with some work, you can get closer to the person that you want to be. It's all about small goals and small steps. Okay, now some people say, there's nothing I want to change about myself. I love myself just the way I am. Well, that's fine if you think that. But I believe that life is all about change and growth, and there's always something that we can work on within ourselves to become a better person. But if you don't want that for yourself, nothing I can do about it. Don't know why you're watching this video. So I would love if you comment on this video the things that you thought about the song, what song sounds like you, and your 3 traits that you are, and the 2 things that you want to be more of. And I'm asking you to comment because I truly believe, I say this all the time, that writing things down and sharing them with other people is so helpful in making things actually happen and making things concrete for you. Subscribe to my channel for more of these music therapy videos, and thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful in some way. I have my new blog posts, ways to use creative outlets for self-awareness, and my worksheets in my description for you to download if you so desire. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.